Okay, so I got a few things to say. This is Better Route, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. Also, I got a new timetable. I'm thinking to get one to two parts of this a day. Well, one day, and then the next day, like 2 to 3 parts of my own What If series. And well, now I guess I'll leave you with my intro.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you.
They woke up about 5 in the morning, which was a little early, even for a ninja. Obito found that he had similar breakfast wait for him from the morning before. Kushina, aren't you up a little early? Kushina yawned. I don't mind at all. The whole not being able to go on missions very often makes me feel kinda useless. At least that this way I'm doing something. Obito started to eat when Kakashi walked out. Wow, you made us breakfast? Thank you, Kakashi-san. Kushina made him a plate. Don't call me Kushina-san. Kushina is just fine. Kakashi went to eat with Obito, watching intently, much to Kakashi's confusion. What? Obito kept watching. Well, I've never seen you with your mask off before. I'm just curious. Kakashi pointed out the window. What's that? They both looked over, then they turned back to Kakashi to find he had already eaten. Wouldn't want to ruin the mystery. Obito was about to object when Rin came out. Hey, Kakashi. Hey, Obito-kan. Oh, breakfast. Minato got out the shower to find his wife and students eating breakfast. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Kushina handed him a plate. Come on, get yourself some food. Minato sat down and started eating. So how much do you guys know about the war with the cloud? Rin, the always intellectual one, spoke up. The war started about a year ago. A month after the Rock declared war on us. They offered assistance to us against them in exchange for something that we were never told about in school. Wait, that must have been Kushina, right? Kushina nodded. We, of course, refused, so they declared war on us. Minato nodded. That about sums it up. We've finally got them to possibly agree to stop the war in exchange for neither side to having to pay damages on the other. The third Raikage is getting old, and he'll die soon. Without him, they will have a very difficult time beating us. We think they want to end the war before that happens. Obito finished his food and got up. I'm going to take a shower. See you guys in a few minutes. What was I up to? They went to get some things ready so that they could shower and leave. They were all beyond excited for this. The trip to the meeting point was rather boring. Guaranteed most series don't get much action. But still, this was just mind-numbing. At least it gave Obito a chance to talk to Rin. So Rin-chan, do you have any particular place you wanted to go for dinner when we get back? Rin thought for a second. Well, I do have this dongo stand I love to go to, but I never get to go because I'm the only one in my house who likes it. Obito liked the sound of that. Perfect. We'll head there for dinner, then maybe go for a walk around the village. So Rin smiled. Sounds great, Obito-kan. Kakashi gave a mock gag at the two. Can you guys wait till we get back to start talking about mushy crap? Minato, on the other hand, was happy to see his two students starting to form a relationship. Come on, Kakashi, let them have their fun. I am one for glad to see those two finally getting together. Rin was confused. What do you mean, finally? Obito looked up at them with a shut the hell up glare. Oh, nothing, just people thought we should get together. Rin nodded. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Kakashi signed, man, I forgot how boring C ranks can be at times. Obito had forgotten he had been on these before. Alright, what kind of C ranks did you go on before? Kakashi was more than happy to talk about his past accomplishments. The biggest one was when I got to go to Hin Rock to assist in assassination of one of their higher up jonin. But the only thing I actually got to do sneak around the compound with my summoning dogs and bust a few locks. Rin smiled. Still at your age, that's pretty impressive. Minato was about to speak, but then suddenly stopped. He had a nervous look on his face, and he spoke in a low, hushed voice. Kakashi, I think I sent someone of your dogs and see if they can smell anyone. Kakashi made some hand signs, and they summoned a pug, told him to sniff around. Why are you nervous, Sensei? It's not like it could be someone who's a threat, is it? Minato frowned. I think I've sensed his chakra before. I wouldn't forget it. The pug stopped and looked at him. Any reason why I'd smell a bull and an octopus scent in the same place? Minato scowled. Details. Damn it, where the hell are they going? They doing here, I mean. The pug sniffed again. I think they're passing us. Maybe we're not in for a fight after all. Minato shook his head. No, that's exactly what they want. I was the one who beat A and B last time. They must have figured I'd asked for this mission because I wanted the peace treaty to go through Kushina's sake. We've got to turn back and stop those two. They're after Kushina. Obito was confused. Who's A and B? Minato sighed. The Cloud's most powerful tag team, the son of the third Raikage and the soon-to-be fourth Raikage. And his adopted brother and master of the Eight Tails, B, aka Killer Bee. Last time they came for Kushina, I fought against them and won. They want to get Kushina Wime out of the village. Thanks, Kakashi, you can send the pug away. Kakashi threw a dog treat and it puffed away. Then he looked at his sensei. Wait, you beat a tailed beast and a Kage level shinobi at the same time? Does this say chapter 3? Oh yeah, it is too. Minato did his best to explain. Sort of, but it was because I got to a point where I could have killed B before he could go full blown. I didn't fight them head on, I just forced them to retreat with some strategy. If it had to be a full on fight, I doubt I would have won. Rin saw a flaw in what her sensei had said. Then how do you intend us to win this time? Minato smirked. Same way I did last time, but using what they don't know against me. They don't know about me against them. Rin was still massively confused. But you said you fought them before, and what they don't know about you. Minato looked at his team. Did I have a team with me? Obito went pale. But we're nothing strong enough to fight them. Minato knew this to be true. Yes, but you have my skills that I can use to force them into a trap. Do as I say, and we can force them into a corner like I did last time. They may be strong, but they count on brute strength to win all their fights against me. That won't work. A and B were making their way to Ninleaf to retrieve the Nine Tails. With the third health going down faster by the day, they needed the Nine Tails to win this war. However, A was nearly ready to kill his brother. Yo, bro, how long till we get there, you know? A growled, maybe if you stop rapping, I'll tell you. B shot back at his brother. The day I stop rapping is the day you can put me in the grave. On this, I won't cave. Fool, you fool. A was about to smack his brother when he saw a light out of the corner of his eyes. He turned around to find a massive fireball coming his way. A and B jumped back to avoid it and found that dogs were coming at them. A smacked one away and B dodged another. They didn't notice a three-pronged kunai and landed behind them. A yellow flash appeared and Minato stood behind them, kunais to their necks. Howdy, boys. Remember me? Minato smirked. Did you really think I'd forget your brother's chakra signature? I'm going to guess that you passed us to make sure that we were the really ones coming with the scroll. Bad ideas, guys. Just head back now and there'll be no trouble. I didn't like the sound of that, and if we don't, it's going to take more than this little stunt to take us down. Minato shrugged. Well, then I send my student back to tell everyone you're here, and I hold you off until reinforcements come. A signed. It looked like they got screwed over again. Fine, but one way or another we'll get the Nine Tails. That much you can count on. Minato growled in a deep voice. I'll kill you before I let you take my wife. You can count on that. A turned around. Come on, B. Looks like this just won't be our day. B followed his brother. Not bad, Mr. Flash, but someday we'll kick your ass. Fool, you fool. A smacked his brother. We already failed the mission. Don't make it look worse than we already do. They left, and the 3 students came out of hiding. Obito looked at his sensei. So what now? Minato thought for about a second. I guess we just head back and report. No reason to give them the peace treat at this point. The 3 nodded and headed back home. At least the mission was a success, kinda. Minato got back to the Kage's office and began to tell him everything that happened. So basically, after we finished our, I don't know whether to call it a conversation or threat, but that doesn't matter. They left me and we came back here. Saratobi gave a large sigh. So they really aren't after peace officers. They aren't really peace officers on the table there. Well, that's just awful. We lost too many ninja as it is. Minato put it on the table. If it's any consolation, that means they've got to be desperate. If they would be this bold to make bold of a move at the Kage's health must be getting really bad. The war won't be going for much longer if he dies. Saratobi still isn't happy. That still means more people will have to die. This is getting ridiculous. We've got to end this war. I don't care how many about money or power anymore. I just want the village to feel safe again. Minato looked at the man. He remembered when he first took the position of Hokage. He had looked so much younger when he started as Hokage. The man looked like he had aged 30 years in just 10. Minato put his hands on the man's shoulders. There's nothing you can do. You're tired. You've tried everything to end this war without us having to surrender. It's not your fault, sir. Saratobi looked at the blonde with eyes. Try telling that to other families of the men who've died in the war. I'm not going to feel better until the war is over. Even then, I doubt I ever sleep through the night. Again, every action I make has hundreds of lives hanging in the balance. Do you know what that's like? Minato really felt bad for the old man. No, sir, I don't. But you're taking a massive burden off everyone else. Someone has to do this job. You're the only one of the people with the balls to take it. If they want to question you, then tell them to come do this job themselves and see how they do with it. So Toby laughed at that. Thanks, I'll have to remember that next time the council jumps on my ass. Minato was glad. He was able to cheer the man up. And his team exited the office. Kakashi just gave a simple goodbye and left. And Rin told Obito that she would see him tomorrow for their date. Obito smiled and told her goodbye, and he told his sensei to hurry home. Come on, I want to get some tips from Kushina for the date. Minato laughed and followed him. It kind of reminded him of how he felt preparing for his first date with Kushina. It made him happy that letting him stay with them to really starting to help the boy. Yes, I'm coming on to the next part of this, chapter 4, so now I'm going to leave us with chapter 4. Minato had been watching Kushina and Obito talk about what to do and what not to do for the past hour, and they still seemed to have plenty to go over. The big date was tonight after all. He listened and found that a lot of the don'ts he had done himself on several dates with Kushina. Kushina-chan, didn't I do half of that stuff on our first date? Oh yeah, but you had no idea what you were doing. Minato was lost. Then why did you agree to the second date? Kushina smiled. Because you tried very hard, and that's the important thing. And you gave me one hell of a goodnight kiss. Minato blushed, which Obito found hilarious. Yeah, I will, yeah. Obito was on the floor, rolling in laughter. Oh man, that's freaking hilarious. Sensei's actually embarrassed. Kushina looked at Minato, smiled. Sorry, sweetie, but I think I might have made you lose some of your credit with Obito. Minato just sighed. I'm going to get some ramen. He left And Kushina turned to Obito. So, where did you say you were going? Obito stopped laughing. This dango place she's liked. Apparently she doesn't go very often, so I thought it would be a good place to start. Kushina nodded. Excellent choice, and after that, Obito was glad his first move was a good one. Well, then we can go out for a walk around the village. I was gonna bring her by this little lake that I really like. Kushina was impressed. Very nice. If you give her a great goodnight kiss, you'll have this in the bag. Obito went pale. Good night kiss. Kushina looked at him with gentle eyes. Well, that can wait, I suppose. But if I were you, I'd try to give her a kiss that would knock her socks off. But I don't know a thing about kissing, Kushina laughed. Oh, believe me, when you're kissing someone you really care about, you don't need to know. Just put all your emotion into it and it'll work out just fine. Obito nodded. Alright, I'm gonna go and grab a shower and get ready. Kushina couldn't help her. She was really starting to care for the boy. He was just part of the family now. She couldn't wait to hear how the date went. Obito got to Rin's door and knocked it. He was in his usual clothes minus the goggles, with his hair done up a bit. Rin came out with a smile on her face. She had on a white top and black skirt. There was a small bit of pink lipstick on her as well. Wow, Rin-chan, you look beautiful. Rin giggled. Thanks, you look good too. Obito remembered what Kushina had said and offered his arm. Shall we head up? Rin took his arm. Sure. I give you the directions to the dongo shop while we walk. They started walking. So how's living with Sensei been? Obito laughed as he remembered Kushina embarrassing Minato earlier. Oh man, it's great. I've never had this much fun in my life. You should hear the way they tease each other. Like today, Rin listens to the stories about Sensei from Obito, laughing with him constantly. And so Sensei ate the whole standout ramen, forcing them to go to the store to get more ingredients. He actually sat there and waited for them for an hour to get more stuff made. Can you believe that? Rin nearly fell over from laughter. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. They got to the dango place, and Obito and Rin sat down. The waitress came up. Hello there, welcome to Dietro's dango. I'll be your server. What can I get you guys? Rin didn't look at the menu. 3 sticks of your special dango, please. Obito wasn't an expert in dango. Tell me what it is in the comments, how to say it or whatnot. So he just ordered the same thing. I'll have what she's having, thanks. The waitress wrote that down. Alright, I'll be right back with some tea for you guys. After that, I put your order in. Obito looked at Rin and started up a conversation. So what's your family like? Rin paused for a second. Well, I'm an only child. I live with my mum since my father died in the war. Rin went wide-eyed. Not a good thing to talk about on a date. Oh, I'm sorry. Rin shook her head. No, don't worry about it. It was during the Second Shinobi War. I didn't know him. I was only like 2 when he died. Obito was thanking God that he didn't walk into Southern Tomato. Oh, that's too bad. It must have been hard living without a father. Rin raised an eyebrow. That's strange coming from a person who was beaten by their father. She put a hand over her mouth and she realized what she said. Oh my gosh, why did I say that? I'm so sorry, Obito-kun. Obito shrugged. It's alright. It all worked out for the best. Sensei and Kushina have been great for me. Rin still felt bad. I know I shouldn't have said that, though. Obito placed his hands on hers. Hey, if they hadn't have happened, I never would have lived with Sensei and Kushina. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask you out. Rin looked up. Wait, you mean you've liked me for a while now? Obito chuckled nervously. Yeah, actually. Rin looked confused. Why were you scared? Obito looked down. I thought you had a crush on Kakashi. Kushina said I don't know that it was for sure, and that if I was confident, I had a good shot with you. Rin was surprised by that. I guess I did have a little crush on Kakashi, but every girl in our class did. It was just a silly crush. Nothing serious. It started to go away when I saw the way he treated us, when we put on a team together. You, on the other hand, are always nice to everyone, and you really try hard at everything. So when you asked me out, I thought it was sounding like a good idea. The waitress came back with some tea. Here you guys go. Your food should be out in 10 minutes. Obito nodded thanks. He picked up his tea. Well, I'm glad you came out tonight. Now I'll do everything I can to make it the best date you ever had. Rin giggled. Again. Oh, I know you will, Obito-kan. I know you will. Rin and Obito had an extremely fun dinner. Between the stories, the great food, and the good company, they ended up walking through the village streets. Not really talking much, just enjoying the other's company. It had been a great night. Sadly, it had to end eventually. So, Rin-chan, should I walk you home? Rin gave a little nod. Yeah, I guess you should. I had a great time, though. Obito smiled at her. Oh, believe me, I did too. Rin leaned to kiss him. Do I have to kiss you, or are you going to kiss me? Obito blushed. Looks like it was the moment of truth. Obito leaned in and captured her lips, something he wanted to do for years now. His body kind of went on autopilot, and they just started to slowly deepen the kiss. He couldn't believe how soft and warm her lips were, even better than he imagined. They parted ways, and all Obito could say was, wow. Rin looked hypnotized. Yeah, wow, Obito-kan, that was amazing. Obito nodded dumbly. Thanks. Suddenly a voice interrupted their moment. Well, if it isn't the Uchiha outcast, what the hell is a pretty girl like that doing with you? Obito looked over to see a man with Uchiha symbol on his clothes and black hair. It was T, one of the top assholes of the Uchiha. It was Ryuga, who was about a year older than Obito. What do you want, Ryuga? Ryuga looked him up and down. Why? Do you still have the Uchiha symbol on your clothes? You're an outcast, right? Obito signed. I really haven't had a chance to get new clothes. I've kind of been busy. Ryuga looked at Rin and licked his lips. I can see that. He walked over and stood next to Rin. What's a hot piece of ass like you doing with this little shit? Rin scrolled. The only little shit I see here is you. Ryuga gave a dark smile. Don't be like that. Why don't you come back to the Uchiha compound with me? Then we can have you come in somewhere else. Rin gagged. That's disgusting, you pervert. Get the hell out of here. Ryuga grabbed her neck. Hey, don't you talk to me like that. Do you know what most girls would do to fuck me? Obito gave a hard punch in the face. Don't touch her. Ryuga wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Bad move, asshole. He charged at him with a kuno, only to have his hand caught, and Obito, who tossed him over his head onto his back. Ryuga looked up. How the hell? Rin looked at Obito-kan. Obito-kan, your eyes. Obito looked in the shop window and to find something amazing. His Sharingan had activated. What? But how? You have to be in a life or death situation. Rin shook his head. You need to be in extremely emotional distress, near death. Just brings that feeling out a lot. Ryuga scruffed. So you saw me coming at this little bitch and it activated your Sharingan? Well, that's just great. Obito glared at him. Get out of here now. I'll kick your ass. Ryuga started to walk away. I'll leave for now. It will be more trouble than it's worth to kill you, but I'll get you for this. Rin hugged Obito. Obito-kan, are you okay? Obito hugged her back. Of course, don't worry about me. Rin just hugged him tighter. I have to worry about my boyfriend. Obito realized what she just said. Wait, boyfriend? Really? Rin gave a deep kiss. Oh yeah, after tonight, you're definitely my boyfriend. Obito really did jump for joy this time. Ryuga found Fugaku and entered his office. The man was made clan head last year. He was young, but very good for the clan. He was bound and determined to bring the Uchiha clan to its rightful glory. Fugaku, Sama, I've got news about Obito Uchiha. Fugaku didn't look up. He's no longer a Uchiha in the eyes of the clan. Ryuga noted. I know, but sir, I entered into a confrontation with him in a girl, and can only assume is his girlfriend tonight. Fugaku still didn't look up. Are they dead? If so, partially problematic situation in our hands. He is close to Minato Namikaze and the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Riga shook his head. No, sir. The emotional distress of seeing his girlfriend in danger caused his Sharingan to activate. This time Fugaki looked up. Now that is a problem. We can't have someone with an active Uchiha Sharingan running around the village if he's not a Uchiha. This must be fixed immediately. Ryoga knew what to do. I'll summon his father, and we'll see about getting him back into the clan. What do you wish us to do if he refuses? Fugaku thought for a moment. If he wasn't living with one of the least top jonin, I'd say kill him. However, with him living with Minato and Kushina, that isn't an option. They'll never let us get away with it. Do whatever you can to get him back without him causing Minato to come after us. The Hokage loves Minato, and we can't afford any more pressure from above right now. Ryoga exited the office. Yes, sir, it will be done. Fugaku leaned back in his chair and sighed. This was going to be complicated. But, yeah, like you can see, I'm about to go. And, yeah, and then start updating it. Bye, peace.